2K series, the first one ever for Call of Duty Ghosts. We're staying with Curse New York as they're about to match up against eLevate Fiction. But right now going on is also Optic Gaming versus Curse Las Vegas. If I get an invite to that game, I definitely want to go check it out. But let's jump right into this one. I'm going to be watching Curse New York here as it's Freight Domination. Well, doesn't look like these guys are ready just yet, but Freight Domination, it plays out a little bit like Warhawk does, where it's all about that B flag. But of course, here on Freight, you get a lot more mobility with your submachine guns, and you can cap B from both sides as well as on top of that middle train. So you can cap the B flag on Freight a lot more easier than you can on Warhawk. And this one, I really feel like it's all about your aggressive submachine gun guy. He could be such a nuisance in the opposing team's base, especially when you're spawning A side and you're attacking towards the C flag. You could be so annoying in those warehouses, 3-story mid warehouse, and of course the white warehouse as well. If you're picking them off spawn near the back lumberyard, I mean, just so much maneuverability is available for that aggressive submachine gun guy, especially if he's using agility with marathon. I mean, I've played countless times on this map, and you could do some serious damage as well. You got to watch out for the dynamic map elements. You could close the doors on both warehouses, as well as open up the secret door and the top gate to get access to underground. I feel like going underground is a lot more useful when you're spawning on C side, as soon as you go through, you're already behind enemy lines. You're in their bottom warehouse, and you could do some serious damage from there. Whereas if you're on A side and you go through the secret door, you exit through the gate, I mean, you really only get access to an alleyway, maybe bottom warehouse if the door is open. But from there, I mean, you just have a straight line to either the C flag or you could flank around. But a lot of people, you could watch the gate from all the way back lumber, which is what a lot of people choose to do. But we'll see what these players have in store for us as we're just waiting for the game to start back up. I'm looking at the pregame lobby. Everybody's here from both teams. We have all of Fiction here. We have all of Curse New York. And there you go. The game is going to start back up. But I'm keeping an eye on my game invites. If I get one from Optic or Curse Las Vegas to their game, I definitely want to head over there. As I was saying, as you know, those are two top teams in the game. And we just saw Curse New York take out Team Envy in the round 1 matchup. And keep in mind, if you get knocked out in round 1, well, you don't get any points, and of course points they are so important for seeding not only at Columbus, but for future MLG tournaments as well. So even though Envy, they already have a top 8 seed, or not a top 8 seed, they already have a championship bracket seed going into the Columbus event, they still want these Call of Duty Ghost Pro points as they will carry over for the future tournaments. But Envy, since they got knocked out in round 1, well, they don't get any. But here we go. Domination on Freight. It's starting right now, and I'm going to be watching Assassin. Assassin, a longtime veteran of the Call of Duty scene, and he was widely regarded as the #1 Call of Duty 4 player. And of course, domination was so prevalent in that game. So I'm going to be looking for Assassin to kind of lead his team in that regard, you know, to teach them, you know, where to position themselves around the map, how to play as well. But he gets taken out there as currently, it's all about this B flag. You see where Blindfire is. He's all the way up top on his building, on top of the pipes. You could, there's a simple jump spot to go to. And you got somebody like Blindfire who's so accurate with this Remington. He could seriously do some damage. But the best part about this view is the line of sight you get on that B flag. You get a good angle when they go on their side of B, as well as you got your whole side of the B capture spot covered. But he's exposing himself a little bit here, but it doesn't look like Blindfire cares, as he's going to be challenging both side crates. And for a second, they had 3 down for eLevate, and now they're only making a move for the B flag, as Blindfire just watching the backside of B. He's going to drop down and help out Twizzes. They're so close to capturing it. We don't get the capture bar, but there we go. We do see that they do manage to take control of the B flag, as now they're going to start building themselves a lead, as every 5 seconds that goes past, it's going to be Curse getting an extra point on their opponents. As right now they're only up by 4, but that lead will continue to grow as long as they hold on to the B flag. But it's looking like they want to be aggressive over towards the A flag, which, you know, it's definitely a risky call to make, since sometimes if you push too far into the opposing team's base, they will spawn out at your home flag. But Blindfire finding 2. This could be the opening that Curse needs. And you see the wheelbarrow thingy right there to Blindfire's right. That is the secret door that leads to the underground entrance. Blindfire looking around for some more kills off spawn. He's currently set up in the white warehouse. Just watching his back, I see that gate he's looking at right in front of him. That is the exit through underground. So if anybody from Fiction want to try to be sneaky, that's the area of the map that they're going to go to, especially since they're in a pretty bad spawn trap right now. Blindfire continuing to do damage, and every kill that he gets so close to being able to call in these kill streaks. Of course, we don't see any sort of progression on his screen, but you got to figure that he's got to be pretty darn close to the owl. In fact, I could pop the scoreboard. Yeah, I think he only needs, what, like one more kill and he'll get the night owl. I think it goes 9, 10, 11, or 10, 11, 12. Something like that. Regardless, he's pretty darn close. In fact, I want to switch over to him. And the one thing that kind of sucks about the game not implementing the side switch like Black Ops 2 did is that the score streaks, or not the score streaks, the kill streaks, they won't carry over into the second half. So you'll see a lot of times that these players will acquire these streaks at the closing seconds of the first half, and they'll be forced to use them right away. And there you see the night owl. Now it's going to be deployed by Blindfire as support streaks. Even if you die, you keep your progression to more and more kill streaks. And it's going to be pretty close to getting the squad mate as well as the ground jammer. And as they lose the C flag curse, they're not too worried because you just saw Twiz. He responds by capturing the A flag. And, I kind of like spawning on C side a bit better than A just because you have, look at all this position you have to work with. Each warehouse has a different window you could look out of to put pressure on the B flag and defend it. I mean, it's a lot more positional based, whereas on the A side, you really got to be aggressive and keep the opposing team out of the areas that now you're going to see Curse. They're going to do exactly that as Assassin setting up top 3-story. From this area, he could look out towards Lumberyard and take these players off spawn like he's going to do right now. He's going to find red, and there's your scoreboard as it stands. Blindfire is 15-3, Assassin 10-5. Twiz and John, all they gotta do is worry about, capturing flags. As you see, John, he's gonna rotate over to A. He's gonna have to recap that. Actually, it looks like it's going to be Twiz, as it was made neutral by Fiction. John finding kills in the middle of the map as Curse, they have a pretty sizable lead right now. They're up by a total of 33 points with still 35 seconds remaining to play. So that is 7 total scores they're gonna have as you just divide by 5. So they could go up by 7 more points. So it's, map number 1 against Envy, they only won by 5. So every point counts here in domination. And, they might choose to try to make the C flag neutral, limit the amount of points the other team can get. But they have such a sizable lead right now. I think they're going to be happy as it stands. In fact, they were trying to make it neutral, but it's going to be red for Fiction defending that. So these players are just going to pad the stats as even if you move into capture flag, I don't think there's enough time remaining to make it neutral. But it's going to be a 41-point lead for Curse New York moving into the second half. eLevate Fiction, they're in a rough position, but we've seen crazy things happen in domination. If they're able to get a 2-cap and a neutral, early on in the second half, they could definitely come back into this game. As you see the final scoreboard, Blindfire 18-5, 12-6 for Twiz, 11-6 for Assassin, 13-8 for John. Just massive slaying being done overall by that Curse New York squad. I want to check my game invites real quick. So I don't have an invite to the Las Vegas Optic game, but we're going to jump right into the second side now of domination on Freight. And we're still going to be looking at Curse New York as they have the lead by 41 points. It's going to be up to eLevate Fiction to try to not only cut into that deficit that they currently face, but take the lead or at least try to tie it. And in the instance that they do tie it up in terms of overall score, then we just replay it. We play the first and second half, and we just replay the entire map. But Curse, they're going to be on your screen here. You just saw them completely outslay their opponents. They had so many kills, and you had Blindfire getting streaks so early on, and they were able to just run away with the game from there. And now, 41-point lead. That's going to be very tough, especially since they're only 5-minute sides. eLevate have to work quick, and they're the ones that have to be aggressive near the B flag. So Curse, right now, their main goal is just to pick up the first cycle of kills, keep the opposing team off B for as long as possible. They don't even want to cap it unless they get a couple people down for eLevate. And you're seeing them just take position up top in these warehouses, over near the crates, over near the white railing, and just keep eLevate off B flag. As actually, I'm going to switch over to eLevate Fiction here, because they're the ones that they got to be so aggressive. And now they have 2 down right now. Ready, he's going to be able to, actually, no, he won't be able to keep them off the B flag. Curse, it's looking like they're going to cap it. Till tries to get that grenade out. Does kill John, but Curse, They capture the B flag, and then you see some of the dynamic map elements shooting down the ladder, so he gets access to top 3-story. Sees one player out through the door, but he gets picked off there by Twiz. Cody trying to do something here near the B flag, but look at the mini-map. I mean, he just doesn't have the support from his teammates right now. They were all back off spawn. As we're moving over to Harden, he's taking position where we saw Blind Fire set up, but when Blind Fire was up here, the flag was neutral, and they eventually got control. Harden, I don't think he could take the time to be up here because they need to capture a flag. Time's starting to wind down. Even though there's 3 minutes, 30 seconds, you might think to yourself, well, they got some time to work with here, but as every 5 seconds pass, Curse's lead increases by a point. And they're up by 41. Now they're up by 51. So as time goes on, Fiction are just in a worse and worse position. But it's going to be carries. He's going to try making kind of a desperation cap here, trying to force the Curse players out of position. If he's able to make this neutral, which I believe he was able to, and he is able to cap us out, you know, there is a little bit of pressure put on the Curse because, you know, obviously they do want to capture one of these flags, but even if they just defend B throughout the rest of this game, they should be able to take it. Should be able to make this defensive kill, and he is taking out Twiz, but now they need to make a move for the B flag. They absolutely have to 3-cap Twiz, Twiz and company. They need a 3-cap Curse New York. And I'm going to do some quick calculations. So 2 minutes, 30 seconds. If they 3-cap at the 2:30 mark, they'll be able to get 72 plus 36 divided by 2. That's 18. So they'll be able to get 90 points, which is exactly what they need here. I mean, they need a large income of points. But you see on the flags, the flag updates, they're losing every single flag. So Fiction, they're not in the best positions, but as I just say that, 3 go down for Curse New York. They need to make a push for the B flag right now. They were just able to cap C, and now they are looking to make a move for the B flag. Here's your scoreboard. You see both teams around the same area. Maybe a couple more kills being made by Curse New York, but Cody trying to move up through the mid alley. That's 3 down right now for Curse New York. They got to make a move right now. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining in the game. But they'll be able to get, I believe, 54 points, which will be enough to win this game. They need to capture B right now. I don't think. If they hold it, a 2-cap for 1 minute 30, they will get only plus 18 points on their opponent, which is without a doubt not enough to win this game. And now they lost their only member defending the C flag. That's going to go to neutral, if not a capture for Curse New York. And that is all she wrote. There's not enough time remaining in the game for eLevate Fiction to come back into this one. It's going to be a map 1 win for Curse New York. So keep in mind, they're coming fresh off a win versus Team Envious. They knocked them out 2-0. And you know, they're just looking so good. I mean, from the scrims I was watching, you know, I watch these players stream a lot, and Team Envy, they were looking so strong, but unfortunately they fall in the first round. And I guess that's kind of been the theme of Team Envy, even in Black Ops 2, is in these 2K series, in the 5K series, they'd always get matched up against a team like Complexity in the first round, so they don't have the best of luck when it comes to brackets. But you see the support squad mate able to do some damage, just being that 5th man on the field. Lots of kill streaks being called in from Curse New York, and this one is all over. Even though eLevate Fiction, they win the side, they lose by overall score, as they lost the first half by a total of 41 points. Anyways, congratulations to Curse New York as they take map number 1. And, you know, well, eLevate Fiction, they're not out of the series just yet. It's a best-of-3 series, but now a lot of pressure is put onto them, because now they have to win Search and Destroy, and they have to win Blitz after this to take the series, whereas, you know, Curse, they got some room to work with, you know. They could lose a map, and they'll still be in a good position. But anyways, that does it for map number 1 of this series. We're in a round 2 matchup of the MLG Play 2K series for Call of Duty Ghosts. We're going to commercial break. When we come back, map number 2 between Curse New York and eLevate Fiction.